During yesterday's meeting with the inhabitants of Poznań, the president of Law and Justice Jarosław Kaczyński announced new solutions in the party's program and the continuation of pro-social policy, adding that a serious victory would be needed in the next elections. If we win the elections, remember that it must be a serious victory, because it is not easy to find allies. Then we will do everything to reverse these negative processes in these 4 years. Today, during the meeting in Gniezno, the president of Law and Justice emphasized that despite many difficult situations, our country will be able to cope with, for example, attempts to dominate Poland by the European Union. In Poland, some respond to the situation of readiness to submit to some kind of humility and self-limitation of their own ambitions. The second, that is us. We say, no, we do not agree to it. We want to be a strong and serious country. According to Marek Sawicki from PSL, making a tour of Poland resembling an election campaign is now unnecessary, although all opposition parties meet with voters during the holiday season. Today, the rulers should solve important problems that concern Poles, and most of all, have teams and make decisions. There are also acts of aggression to which Donald Tusk, the leader of the Civic Platform, recently called for. He will not be the president of the National Bank of Poland a day longer. It would take a lot less doubt to get him out of the National Bank of Poland, and I will do it. I guarantee it to you. He promises to lead him out. That's not quite how I imagine it. What did he have in mind? Some strong people will come and convince him that he is not the president of the National Bank of Poland. Yesterday, in the town of Kurnik, a group of people shouted profanity towards the president of the Law and Justice Party and participants of the meeting, identical to those of the black marches organized by the so-called women's strike. Marek Suski, MP of Law and Justice, has no doubts that such behavior is inspired by the opposition leaders. The fact is that there is one very aggressive party in Poland, headed by a leader speaking with a German accent, calling for people who are elected in democratic procedures to be forcibly removed from office by strong people. On the other hand, publicist Piotr Semka points out that the leaders of the ruling party need contact not only with voters, but also with party activists, in order to learn about the mood and the party's structures. I saw Prime Minister Morawiecki, who also answered sharp questions, so I do not know what the admission criterion is there. For Kaczyński or Morawiecki, this is a campaign for everything. The politicians of the ruling party feel the need to explain to citizens the reasons for the rise in prices and inflation. We have inflation, high fuel prices, rising heating costs, already visible for the next few months. The columnist Krzysztof Karnkowski adds that in the face of the growing aggression on the other side of the political scene, the electorate may additionally motivate itself to the election fight next year. On the one hand, they hear Kaczyński, and on the other hand, they see that the alternative consists of such aggressive groups that simply have nothing to give but insults, and also some violence, for now still moderate, but which is intensifying against these people. Here the fight will be very serious, and it is still worth taking this fight. The closest constitutional election date is next fall.